Yo, what's going on, fam? In today's video, we'll be looking at creepy and strange TikToks that are going to make you question reality. Y'all like my 100K balloons behind me?
The video shows a group of men walking up a stairwell at the Edge Lowry apartment complex in Aurora. All of them appear to be carrying rifles and handguns, and the video shot earlier this month. One of the men can be seen talking on a cell phone. They all then gather around a door and go in. Another video clip shows men forcing a door open, but what or who they were searching for, not clear. The video was shot in the building where Cindy and Edward Romero lived until today. They loaded up their stuff and moved out.
It's been a nightmare and I can't wait to get out of here.
This is how Cindy used to lock her front door.
Every day when we come home, we have to do this. Every time we go outside to take out the garbage, every time we try to go to bed at night, we have to keep it like this so nobody can kick in the door.
The couple's car and many others here were riddled with bullets after a shootout at the complex earlier this month. The Romeros say the trouble started when a large number of migrants began moving in. They had not been able to move out for different reasons.
We couldn't get any. We tried reaching out to the resources, but they told us since it wasn't actually a condemned building, we would have to wait until that was the issue, but we didn't want to wait for that. So the only help I got was after talking to you.
We showed council member Danielle Jurinsky the video. Today, she helped the couple move out and find a new place to live.
The city nonprofits have lined up to help the migrants that have come here, but nobody is helping the American citizens, the residents that are trapped in these apartment complexes.
The Romeros tell us others living here had been asking when they'd be moving out.
And this isn't just Americans. This is other Venezuelans that are living under this control, that are being extorted by the control of this gang.
While we were on the property today, even before we left, we were told other people were moving in and taking over the Romeros unit. We did speak to the mayor's office this afternoon. They sent us a statement saying that so far there are no code enforcement violations taking place at this complex. The mayor's office also responding in part for the Aurora Police Department. They're telling us that the police department here has seen that video that we just showed you. There is a lot more to this story. We'll be covering it in the days to come.
You know, that is crazy how one video can go viral and you just say like all of Aurora is being taken over by some very specific Venezuelan gang. Like, how far is Venezuela from here? And like these mobs traveled all the way there from Venezuela. Just, I don't know, man. It's crazy though. United we stand, divided we fall.
Are y'all putting these signs up?
Oh, you're here. I saw you on TikTok.
Oh, let me see your sign.
Yeah, so I got this one, but I got some posted all the way around and stuff.
And you're not scared to come put these out here? They could be inside.
Yeah, well, I ain't scared at all, you know. So
This your old neighborhood?
yeah, this is both of our old neighborhood.
What's your name? What's your name, man? My name is Joe. Joe, nice to meet you. What's your name?
Oh, Bryce.
Is that why you're here? Because you saw my TikTok?
Oh no,
Oh,
like,
okay.
It's just like I saw your TikTok about the Venezuelan situation, and I ended up posting up on your comments and stuff like that.
We just saw your signs and I were like, where's the Venezuelans putting up the signs? I didn't see. We just like barely saw it and I was like, interesting.
Yeah.
And I appreciate, like, it is crazy out here. Yeah. I'm finding too many stories.
And what's crazy is that APD was just here yesterday and stuff like that, and they were knocking on people's doors, and then people were like, oh, what's going on over here? And then freaking, I guess the police were asking, oh, do you see gang violence around here? And then everybody said, no, they don't.
But somebody around here just said their car got shot up just 2 days ago.
They're all scared. Yeah, but I'm not.
Okay.
Yeah, so we're going to find out.
Nice to meet you.
Yeah.
Another Texas school. Oh, snap. Chandra Weekly said her son recounted that an unfamiliar woman at the middle school approached him and attempted to force feed him an ice cream-like substance. What he doing in the school anyway, or she doing in the school? At the hospital, the test confirmed acetone. Yo, How do they be letting people in these schools? That's what I want to know. Trying to increase its efforts for West Nile. Don't they do this like every year though? Go around
the city
spraying.
is applying pesticide to reduce the threat of the West Nile virus. To minimize exposure to the pesticide, please go indoors immediately until the trucks have passed.
Pay attention. Pay attention.
A group of about 20 migrants terrified young children by trying to get on their California school bus early Wednesday, a day after a smaller group walked down a highway trying to stop another bus, district officials said. The alarming incidents occurred in the Jamal del Sur Union School District close to the Mexico border, where school bus drivers are now being ordered to skip stops where migrants might be walking. How do you know if they're a migrant or not? On Tuesday, at least 3 migrants walked into the middle of the highway 94 to try to stop a bus that was forced to go around them. That's wild. They out here trying to stop school buses.
Ты посмотри, это реально новая техника. Вон там триколор даже есть. Откуда? Что это за танк?
Texas watching Colorado surrender U.S. soil without a fight. Okay, Texas, what y'all gonna do?
It's in here. How to build a hydroelectric generator. Tools required, materials required. Instructions step by step with the pictures. Material cost is $58. Complexity is a little harder, and it takes 3 hours. You can also make your own wind turbine. This book has everything. How to make hardtack survival bread. How to make traps for fish. How to use a ham radio in a blackout. How to get power out of dead batteries. How to build an off-the-grid stone grill oven. There's how to build a tripwire alarm. They even have how to make water out of air. This book is the best resource you can have. It's a fantastic book with everything you need to survive off the grid. Food, water, electricity, and more. I'm gonna leave a link here, so make sure you get yours before they sell out again.
I'm gonna try to get that link too and have it down below.
Oh my God, it's happening. Mexico just paused diplomatic ties with the United States. To simplify it for my people who don't understand politics, it's like Mexico went on Facebook and put its complicated relationship status with the United States. For reference, the 2 largest trading partners in the world is the United States and Mexico. We import and export more goods and services to our southern brothers and sisters than anywhere in the world. To pause diplomatic ties is huge, okay? That means you can literally stop trade whenever you'd like, all because Mexico wants to be able to bring federal judges into the judiciary system without an actual vote. You see, before, the Mexican government actually had to vote and bring in those federal judges, but now they want to change it to allow anybody with a law degree to apply to be a federal judge. The United States said, heck no, you have a cartel problem. If you allow that to happen, then the cartel is just going to hire their lawyers to become judges, and then they take over the judiciary system. This is serious. What the hell is going on? If you made it this far into the video, comment, I love tacos, and what kind, so I know that you made it to the end of the video.
Do you love tacos?
Everybody was told to come in, get off the road.
Oh.
Come in. We had a meeting. Told to clean our trucks out.
That's that
We're doing away
Purdue.
with the trucking division.
Purdue chicken, huh?
Looks like I'll have more time to spend with the grandkids now. I gotta get my truck cleaned out. I'll keep y'all updated.
They done for.
Cyberdyne has entered the chat. So what I just watched is absolutely, I have no words. So I just watched this video on YouTube. It's also here on TikTok by the Dor brothers, D-O-R brothers. The one here on TikTok is obviously somewhat protected, but the one on YouTube has music and everything. And it's not so protected. This video has probably about the past 5 to 10 years of political figures featured in it. In very precarious situations or scenes that I don't want to talk about or I'm probably going to get flagged. But you need to watch it because you're going to come to realize that if the average Joe could develop and generate this type of AI video, there's no telling what the people at the top are doing. And what on earth do we really see on the news that is legit? I don't know. What do you guys think? Watch the video, come back and comment. I think we're done. How are we ever going to find out or understand what we're watching is real or AI? It's not good, guys. It's not good.
This video, am I real or am I AI? Let me know in the comments what y'all think.
Of Usher is going viral online at one of his performances, and I'm not sure what's going on here, but let me know what you guys think.
Wait. Why bro hit that lowercase yeah like that? He said, yeah. Yo, that's not... Who is that? Must be Usher. That's Usher. Because Usher, he ain't say yeah like that.
So you want to see how to make your own fuel? I got you. Right here, how to make your own biofuel at home from leaves and manure. Shows you materials required, tools needed, and goes through step by step with all the pictures. If you make it, you're going to need to store it and preserve it. This book shows you everything. Like how to make your own food, how to make your own electricity, even how to catch your own water, how to store that water, and how to clean that water. Even shows you how to preserve your own food. This book is an excellent resource, and I think everyone should have this, just in case. This is the No Grid Survivals Project book. I'm gonna leave a link right down here so you can get it today.
Yeah, we gotta make sure we get that book.
Do you still want to ban fracking?
No, and I made that clear on the debate stage in 2020, that I would not ban fracking. As vice president, I did not ban fracking. As president, I will not ban fracking.
In 2019, I believe, in a town hall, you said you were asked, would you commit to implementing a federal ban on fracking on your first day in office? And you said, there's no question I'm in favor of banning fracking. So yes. So it changed in that campaign?
Ayo, she was not ready for that response whatsoever. I'm talking completely caught off guard and bamboozled. You could see it in her face. She got all tense. She was like, ooh, you got me on that one. Like, she didn't even give a normal response. She just doubled down on her statement. A normal response would be like, yeah, I said that in 2019, but this is the experience that I had that made me change my mind on the whole thing. That's a normal response, but she was too bewildered and too bamboozled to even give a normal response, so all she could resort to was doubling down because she's a flip-flop.
Pancake.
Right. There he goes, right there, bottom right. Okay, now he's going to run up to this wall and we're going to stare at his hairy armpit, or his hairy elbow and wrist for a minute. There's a reason he doesn't want us to see the whole thing and what's going on here. Because they're hoisting something up that's not one of the cops. And note the cop in blue. That's very ill. Well, first, actually, we're going to stare at this bird crap for a minute. So I'm just going to, edit the video and make it shorter.
Get out of a van and walk into, they call it a pack. It's a pack, not like a political pack, slightly different. Even nastier, hard to believe, right? But they would go into a pack of these killers And all you do, I've seen it so many times, all you do is see fists and feet and hands fighting. 2 minutes later, they stand up and they walk out. They have them by the feet. They walk them out, or they drag them out, mostly drag them out, put them in paddy wagons, and they bring them back to their country. They take them back to the country, and the country is open arms now, open arms. And it's an amazing thing. For her to say KKK is very unfair, but she doesn't know. She doesn't want to know. She's a very strong communist lean. She wants to end detention of illegal alien migrants, releasing vicious monsters into our communities to rape, maim, and murder.
What's up with all the breakfast stuff he had on there?
Hey NASA, quick question. What the fuck is going on with our astronauts, and what the hell are they hearing? You mean to tell me that these folks are stuck in the middle of fucking nowhere in the vast emptiness of space, trying to figure out a way to get home, and now they have these incoming sounds that are creeping them out? Well, let me tell you something. They're not as fucking creeped out as the rest of us here on Earth. We're scared for the astronauts. Yeah, of course, we want them to come home safely. Don't bring whatever's fucking sending messages, because we don't need that extra bullshit right now. Did you hear about the boar's head ham shit? We can't even eat fucking food down here. You're better off staying up there, meeting whoever the fuck is trying to reach you and figuring out a way to get us the fuck out of here. Because this is getting out of fucking hand. I'm done with it. I'm done. NASA, please, fucking help. Open the fucking portals. Let us go through. We need to get the fuck up.
Hey y'all, it's currently raining where I live and the sky is orange.
Okay, now that's creepy.
We might all die. But at least I got this video to show y'all that the sky was orange. All right.
If I'm tripping, y'all, tell me I'm tripping. So y'all know the video I posted about the oil and stuff, right? And people was in the comments saying, oh, the government coming for you and blase, all that crazy stuff, right? So I was in the mall parking lot, right? And it was a silver Suburban. It was a white lady driving it. I was pointing this way. She was coming this way. She stopped in front of my car. It was tinted windows. She had tinted windows. She took a picture of me in the car and drove off. Not to mention, I was like 45 minutes away from like where I stayed anyway. I was a good way. So I don't know. Then I posted a video about Planet Fitness and they called me. We want you to delete the video. Like, what's going on, bro? Like, what is going on?
Yo, my man's being followed.
Lawsuit, they said that the doctors at the clinic didn't do the procedure right. They did a laryngoscopy on Joan's vocal cords without asking when they should have done an endoscopy. After she passed away, the report said that she died because her brain didn't get enough oxygen. When the department looked into the clinic, they found problems in 4 important areas needed for the clinic to be allowed to do its work. These areas were the people in charge and how they manage things, the surgery services they provide, the doctors and medical staff, and the rights of the patients. However, during the process, Melissa received a letter from former President Obama to show his support. Melissa, who was Joan's only child, was surprised to receive the special letter. Melissa announced the letter when she appeared on the TV show called
That Made Fashion Police Must See Television Around the Globe. So, for the next 90 minutes, we're going to do what my mom loved to do most.
Fashion Police celebrating Joan E. She said, I received a letter from the White House from President Obama, someone who was often a target of her jokes, as well as Mrs. Obama. I received a handwritten note that said, not only did she make us laugh, she made us think. That's one of those things that people now are realizing. However, soon after she received the letter from Barack Obama, Melissa Rivers shared that she has resolved her malpractice lawsuit against the New York Endoscopy Clinic, where her mother, Joan Rivers, passed away in 2014 during a regular procedure. Melissa tweeted, "The lawsuit concerning my mother's death has been settled. In accepting this settlement, I can put the legal aspects of my mother's death behind me and ensure that those culpable for her death have accepted responsibility for their actions quickly and without equivocation." She further quoted, "Moving forward, my focus will be to ensure that no one ever has to go through what my mother, Cooper, and I went through, and I will work towards ensuring higher safety standards in outpatient surgical clinics. I want to express my gratitude to my legal team for their wise counsel and prompt resolution of this case." Yorkville also issued a statement confirming the settlement via a spokesman. "Our thoughts and prayers continue to go out to the Rivers family. Today, the parties agreed to settle this case to avoid protracted litigation," it said. "We remain committed to providing quality, compassionate healthcare services that meet the needs of our patients, their families, and the community." The exact amount of money involved was not made public by Melissa Rivers, her legal representatives, or Yorkville Endoscopy, but it sounded suspicious to many people. The investigation that was going on was settled suddenly after Melissa received a letter from Obama.
I received a letter from the White House, from President Obama. Wow.
Many fans predicted that it was the way to silence Melissa and that perhaps her mother's death was not a mistake, but rather an intentional step after what she revealed about Obama. Fans have been deeply saddened by the tragic demise of Joan Rivers as they expressed their thoughts on social media. A user tweeted, "You've gone above and beyond. Well done, Melissa. Losing Joan was completely unnecessary. I think we can all agree to that. What do you think about the situation revolving around Joan Rivers' death? We'd love to hear your thoughts in the comment section below." That's it for today's video, guys. Bye.
Dang. Y'all believe that it's Big Mike?
So right when you thought you'd seen it all, a new video like this comes out where you've got a video of a drone dispensing thermite on Russian entrenched positions in a tree line. A drone dispensing them. Now, I'm sure that all of you have seen those videos of like the thermite rain or what looks like white phosphorus raining down from the sky, that like fiery like star cluster looking stuff, looks like a bunch of shooting stars crashing down in the ground wall. Most of the time that's been thermite for the most part. And somehow somebody had figured out a way to configure a drone so that it could slowly dispense thermite over positions over like an elongated trail. Now, I don't know if it looked like the drone crashed or it like somehow burned out or went down in the middle of this dispensement, but the most interesting part about this whole thing is the fact that throughout the course of this war, people have found new and improved ways to use drone technology. And the longer this thing continues to become protracted, the more improvements people find and create and come up with out of thin air to use this technology. So just an interesting video and an interesting new development.
They're going to be using drones to do everything here in the near future.
Black Americans are the real American Indians. This is well known and hidden in clandestine communities. Look, if we come out and tell you, then we couldn't steal from you and occupy your land. The day you find out about land patents is the day you'll be free. That's the secret.
I am not a real, quote unquote, Black American. The real Black Americans are truly what was referred to as the American Indians. Everyone knows this. It's time they take their land back.
Boy, don't tell me that. Boy, don't tell me that. All the videos you see when niggas in other cities talking about shit. You see Chicago niggas talking about, oh nigga, it's different up here. We, that. Now you see niggas in Chicago making videos talking about Venezuelans taking over their neighborhood. Where the gang's at?
Right.
You mean to tell me y'all niggas still going at each other while motherfuckers infiltrating y'all? Don't y'all know they gonna wipe all y'all niggas out? If y'all don't unite, they already united. Nigga, they gonna wipe y'all like some Windex on the motherfucking wall. On some real shit if y'all niggas still looking at each other. I'm just saying. These motherfuckers ain't teaming up with you. Yeah, they running through your neighborhoods, said they getting you women. Y'all ain't even protecting you women because y'all so focused on each other. It got to be bananas. I thought it was some real niggas up there. I'm just saying. That's what y'all said. Y'all told the world that y'all was some of the realest niggas. Prove it. Hashtag real spit.
I ain't seen no videos of nothing going on in Chicago.
Let me tell y'all a true story, B. So boom, watch this video to the end. We got you now. You thought I wouldn't find you? I found the real Gucci man. TikTok, this is for entertainment purposes only. Let's go. Pay attention, guys. He's about to show up right now on the bike. What the? Bro, that's the real Gucci man. And this is the No Diddy video. This is the video you're gonna use to show the real Gucci man? Stop playing with me, son. Who the hell was that? So y'all used the Gucci man No Diddy video to finally show us the real Gucci man? I'm gonna get to the bottom of this beat. Let's get back into this, man! Pay attention, guys. They're gonna show him again. Look at him. Notice how he's darker than the other Gucci man. Look, there you go right there. This is crazy, guys. They put it right in our faces and we don't even see it. Stop playing with me, son!
That's crazy.
What does this mean? 2 Gucci mans in the same video? Why you think he had the helmet on? He couldn't show his face. Because we would have knew right away that that was the old Gucci man. Stop playing with me, son. This got me tight. Let's get back into this, man. This is crazy. Notice how his boy got his face open on the motorcycle, but Gucci man got his covered. Pay attention. Stop playing with me, son. Y'all put both of them out at the same time to try to play tricks with our minds? They try to play mind games with us, guys, but you gotta pay attention. Notice how the Gucci man on the bike never showed his face. He put the helmet on. He only showed this part. Well, the eyes is the keys to the soul. Stop playing with me, son. You ain't fooling me. Now they just putting it right in our face like, look, ha ha ha. The rap industry is laughing at us when we watch these videos. And they decide to bring the real Gucci man out on the No Diddy video? The irony. If I ever see both Gucci mans outside at the same time, I'm already gonna know which one to knock out. Trust me.
Yo, y'all think it was 2 different Gucci's in that video?
Now to the Justice Department seizing an airplane of Venezuela's embattled president, Nicolas Maduro.
What?
The plane, described as the equivalent of Air Force One, was illegally purchased for $13 million through a shell company and smuggled out of the U.S., according to the DOJ. It was seized in the Dominican Republic and later flown to Florida. Maduro's government calling the U.S. action, quote, piracy.
Y'all, Venezuelan's president, Nicolas...
Wait. So, we get all this news about these people, these so-called Venezuelans, supposedly taking over all of this land in the U.S., right? And then all of a sudden, the Venezuelan president's plane gets seized. What's really going on here? You know what I mean?
Maduro's plane was just seized by the U.S. in the Dominican Republic today, September 2nd. So for all of you that do not believe that the Venezuelan gangs are in Denver, Colorado, well, the U.S. has been on to the president of Venezuela for months trying to figure out how to seize this plane, and they finally had the opportunity when it landed in the Dominican Republic. Apparently, his plane was in violation of U.S. sanctions, amongst other criminal issues. The U.S. flew the plane to Florida on Monday, today. This plane is described by officials as Venezuelan's equivalent to Air Force One. So for all of you that don't believe that the Venezuelans are here and causing trouble, what do you believe now? Because it's hard to deny that if their own president is involved with criminal acts, where do you think they sent their people and their criminals to? Just saying. Let me know in the comments what you think.
Okay. We are cooked. Yep, we are absolutely cooked, chat. GG.
When was this? I ain't getting no derecho here.
Rashad Jamal was set up for a trade-off. He was set up for a trade-off for a music career. To undermine his divine energy and his divine insight, somebody wanted to replace his ascending music career, so they sacrificed his ass and made this shit up. And the ringleader of that shit was Isis Wisdom. That's why she slid up under him and made him cut off everybody that could give them the spiritual support that'll pull the veil off that bullshit and let them see it for what it is. The motherfucker, Remedy H, I don't know him. I don't listen to him. I don't know nothing about him. I seen him one time. Somebody sent me his video. He went to New Boys. He not staying here. He'll tell you that. When the shits come, wherever the fuck they coming from, he gonna be on one. I'm not gonna be on. I'm earthborn. I'm from here.
Straight up.
Right? And since I'm from here, I'm gonna tell y'all, Remedy H had enough spiritual power to give the spiritual support to Rashad Jamal to block the shit Isis Wisdom was doing. So she made him turn on him too. Right? Everybody that could have gave him the spiritual support system, she told him to cuss that motherfucker out and tell him what it is, because she the highest rank angelic in the realm, which was some bullshit, because she would have knew who he was the minute she seen me. The same way that Malachi know who I am, Farrakhan know who I am, that bitch would have knew too. How you gonna be the highest ranked angelic in the realm and don't know who the responsibility of putting the great mother back on their throne? That's not possible. You can't be the highest ranked angelic and then the information is above your pay grade. You have to, if you're the highest ranked angelic, that is your pay grade. Then you wouldn't need to overcharge people, talking about you got a select clientele, giving motherfucking $40 yoni stings for $1,400 because your name is Isis Wizard. Get the fuck out of here with that bullshit.
That's crazy, yo. Mubs do be charging for like this spiritual stuff, you know, or any type of wisdom.
Yo, Mike almost came out.
Identify politically, whether you're Democrat, Republican, Independent, or none of the above. This is our time to stand up for what we know in our hearts is right.
Big Mike.
So first day working at Planet Fitness. I can tell they ain't gonna work out. I signed up to train people, show people different exercises, and go about my day. The manager come telling me, yo, Corey, I need you to go clean the toilets out. Huh? Clean the toilets? I signed up for trainer, not janitor. No, it's a policy we everybody do it here. Nah, buddy. Nah, buddy, that ain't gonna work for me. You better get somebody else to do it. Well, I'm sorry, Corey. I'm gonna have to write you up, and one more, you'll be terminated. I said, you go ahead and terminate me now, my guy. Go ahead and terminate me now, because I'm not cleaning no shit up. I'm not doing no shit like that. Then I said, man, play some of your music, as you can tell. He got mad at me, I said, change the music. So yeah, Planet Fitness ain't gonna work for me neither. It ain't gonna work. Hell no. I'm not cleaning no shit. Fuck them, bro.
Homeland Security telling us this midday the United States government has seized Venezuela President.
Presidente de qué? Didn't you try to assassinate him in 2020? Why are you trying to go to war with Venezuela? Is Venezuela a part of OPEC? Oh shit.
That's a lot of people. Wait a minute.
What do y'all think that is? First we got the Chattanooga, Tennessee portal. Now we got this motherfucking Indonesia. What the fuck is that? What the fuck is that? That shit is crazy.
Yo, that's a portal. Wow. That's crazy too. You got purple lights, blue lights.
We wipe their memories with anesthetics so they can't tell us what it was like to be all the way in.
So I actually remember mine 10 years later, and these details are still vivid. Yes, I saw what they were doing to my body. Yes, I was walking around the hospital. Yes, I went to other rooms. We can all visit the past, present, and future anytime we want. I definitely saw the future. And I woke up from a coma 37 days later knowing a whole bunch of shit I was not supposed to know.
So, you can't go camping in the woods. You can't go walking in your woods. You got to go check your woods every day. And then now you can't feel safe opening your front door. What do I mean by that? Well, I'm going to show you a clip here in a second. About 3 weeks ago, I reported on a place in Oklahoma where A lady had looked out her window and saw a man standing in her yard with a backpack on front of him. Long story short, it ended up being a group of immigrants that were in the woods. The cars had been starting to get stuff were taken out of them. They lived in a rural area. People didn't lock their cars, that kind of stuff. So they ended up finding a group of them living in the woods. When I posted that, I got tons of responses on that. And to my surprise, there were so many people that had either said they had people in abandoned houses or same thing in the woods on the outskirts of town, which was pretty eye-opening. Now the video you're about to see is going to make you feel like, and you should, and you need to warn everybody in your family that you know about this, to not open your front door. We live in America where now you can't go taking hikes through the woods or let your kids go out and play in the yards by themselves when you live in a rural area. And now we have to worry about opening our front door. This is America. This seems like a prison that you don't want to leave your home based on the conditions created by people in charge. Take a look at the video.
Dang. That's wild. So it says the crescent moon happens because the earth is casting its shadow onto the part of the moon. I wonder if it's casting a shadow on the ball too.
Well, what's on your mind? What do you want to know? What do you want to talk about?
Yes, I actually do want to talk to you about. I wanted to ask you one question about your book, which, by the way, I have read and I love it. Divine. And yes, so I wanted to ask you, what advice do you have for teens who want to be themselves and thrive like you have and currently are?
Well, like you have and currently are.
Yo. She just called her out. Or, am I even saying that right?
You know? I mean, I am just so proud of you, being just an amazing role model and embracing your truth, right? You're already doing this, so maybe this is for some other young people that are listening.
I feel.
But let me just say, it does take time to know what your
America. You are aware that Israel just unalived the leader of the Hamas military right now, right? Now, if you're not paying attention, this might not matter to you, or you might not know the scale of what just happened. Because in my mind, if someone funded a country and they unalive someone in my country using the money of some other country, I would say that they're in on it too, as well, right? So if you guys actually pay attention with your eyes and put everything together, when I say any day now, I really believe any day now, something major could pop off. But are you ready? That's the question. Are you ready? I'm out.
I think it's just going to get weirder and weirder and weirder, and finally it's going to be so weird that people are going to have to talk about how weird it is. I look for the invention of artificial life, the cloning of human beings, possible contact with extraterrestrials.
The cloning of human beings. That's what he said he looked for. And that was 25 years ago.
Possible human immortality, and at the same time, appalling acts of brutality, genocide, race baiting, homophobia, famine, starvation. The mushroom said to me once, it said, "This is what it's like when a species prepares to depart for the stars. You don't depart for the stars under calm and orderly conditions. It's a fire in a madhouse." And that's what we have, the fire in the madhouse at the end of time. This is what it's like when a species prepares to move on to the next dimension.
America is a stage.
Let me tell you what I just found out. I just found out that half of these motherfuckers ain't real, and half of them posing as women. Get what I'm saying? They posing as women. I have the video, y'all. I want to post the video so bad, but I know TikTok gonna depress the video, and they not gonna push the video out, and they gonna find a way, you know what I'm saying, to violate that video. But what I'm telling y'all, we have been lied to, we have been deceived about these people that's in Hollywood, and these people that's in the White House and newscasters. These people that fooled us so bad with the operations and all the makeup and all this other bullshit, and come to find out that half of them not even real fucking women. They not real. I need y'all to go do y'all homework and go do y'all research on Hollywood, okay? Because they all involved in the same clique. They all are in the same clique. And let me tell you, you have been deceived so badly, and you have been misled to believing that these people, you know what I'm saying, in high places are real women. And they are not. I need y'all to go look up these people, you know what I'm saying, that y'all idolize, that y'all look up to. And really pay attention to. Because I have eyes to see. Especially when you're trying to hide your Adam apple. See, it's a lot of shit in this world that we don't know about. And it's deep. We sitting up here listening to a bunch of motherfuckers that's secretly, that they call themselves pretty women. Y'all better go do y'all homework. These people ain't real at all. They are paid actors. Paid fake wannabe women. And they are not. Go do your homework, people. Because we've been deceived. We've been lied to. You know what I'm saying? And everything. I go down the line. But yeah. They not real. Go do your research. And you will find out.
Today, our colleagues in the State and Treasury Departments are announcing parallel actions in both of these matters. Unfortunately, we know that Russia is not the only foreign power seeking to interfere in our elections.
Can y'all tell me who in the fuck built an 800-mile underground tunnel system in Dayton, Ohio? 800 miles.
Wow.
See? Moss. And y'all, it's got some crazy and fucking scary and just sinister, weird, like, history attached to these tunnels. Like, they say they're haunted as fuck. Here is, like, one of the tunnel entrances from, like, back in the day. And it was attached to the hospital morgue, and they transported dead bodies in it. Yeah. And then these tunnels lead back to Philip Gall, y'all. He's the guy that I did the video about the other day that was supposed to be in the Netflix documentary about the fucking vampires. Yeah, that guy. Well, it is believed that a police officer that went undercover during all this shit in this asylum nightclub as an undercover person. And there was, like, horrific things that happened supposedly to this guy. I'm not even going to say them because they're so fucking bad, but there. And they think that his body was placed in these tunnels too because they were attached to this asylum nightclub. And I guess to this day, a lot of homeless people are in these tunnels still, and they say that they are fucking scary. And the word on the street is also ghosts, from what I've been told. So yeah, not going near those tunnels.
Okay, so apparently we just have
Prehistoric crustaceans that just decided to spawn in our irrigation canals.
America, there's a recall on chicken. There's a recall on beef. There's a recall on chocolate and candy. There's also a recall on many, many other things that Americans consume here in America. Now, here's the most interesting thing about all these recalls. Could this be a ploy to further inflate the prices of food at your grocery store? Could these recalls, right, the ones that are making people throw away the food that they have bought from Walmart and other stores that carry food, could this be a way to say there's a shortage in some of the major and most consumed items that Americans consume here in this country? Guys, things don't happen by chance. A squeeze, a further squeeze on Americans' pockets may soon be underway because of recalls. I'm out.
So I've been using Miel's product. Something told me to go get it and just try it out. I should have did my research. Every time I wash my hair every single week, look at my fucking hair. Oh my fucking God.
That's crazy.
Every time I wash my hair every week, this is
why I go so hard on my platform. That creator has been using Miel products, and every single time she washes her hair, clumps of hair come out. If you've been following me the last couple months, then y'all know how I feel about this oil. Y'all know how I feel about this brand. And y'all know how I feel about this woman. This is Monique Rodriguez. She was the original founder of Miel, but she sold out to Procter & Gamble. This is John Moeller, and he is the owner of Procter & Gamble, who is now the owner of Miel Organics. The amount of people who have reached out to me personally, either in DMs or in the comment sections, that said that they use Miel products and they experience scalp irritation or massive hair loss or hair breakage, it's insane. There is no other reason for this except that when she sold out to Procter & Gamble, they changed the formula. Something is not right about this. I'm going to tag that creator, and I'm going to attach the video that I posted where I exposed Miel for selling out. Go to that video and just take a stroll down the comments section. Also, go to the top of my profile and check out my playlist for non-Black owned hair brands. Most of them were previously Black owned, but they sold out to these larger companies that are not Black owned. Meet me in the comments and let me know if you had any bad experiences with these products.
That's crazy, man. I wonder what they had gave me to make me go bald. No, I just bought some Black owned beard oil, right? And I'm looking at it, I'm like, oh snap, Black owned. And I'm using it. So then I started doing my research on it. I'm like, you know what? It's probably not really Black owned. So now I find out that just what she said, the original creator sold it to another bigger company. It might have been Procter & Gamble. Who knows? I don't know. But now I think they're still like on the board in some way. But you know what happens with that, right? Is once you sell out to these companies, they keep you on the board, but yet you have such a small percentage that you really can't make any calls or anything. Like you don't own the company anymore. You just own it in name. That's it.
So a Uber Eats driver notices something very strange about two other well-known fast food chains. He sent me a DM after seeing my video about McDonald's and how they're losing money and their sales are plummeting. But he said he's noticed that a lot of their fast food restaurants, their lobbies are empty, but there's two that are staying packed. And when he have a look at this DM real quick. Hold on, guys. So you guys can pause to read this DM. And then after he told me the two restaurants that he said are still full, research will tell you that these two restaurants, Chick-fil-A and Panda Express, they use a certain chemical that's very addictive to humans. Do you know what that chemical is? It's also well known, it's also widely used in Chinese food restaurants. You know what it is? MSG. So he's saying that most of the other fast food restaurants, their lobbies are empty, but Panda Express and Chick-fil-A, they still continue to get customers. And it's because they're very, very smart. They're adding MSG to their food to make people addicted. It's like someone's addicted to a certain substance. MSG has that effect on the human mind to make you crave it. So they're playing a chemical game to keep their customers. This is very interesting. Peace and love and deuces.
Well, apparently.
He ain't lying though. Chick-fil-A be packed, except for on Sunday. So does Panda Express. It's crazy. I mean, McDonald's is always packed too, just not inside. There's always a line at McDonald's. So I don't really know about that one. I mean, most people don't go to McDonald's to eat anyway. Good thing to think about though.
Vampires ain't the only thing we got running around Dayton, Ohio, y'all. We got Bigfoot, which I had never heard that. So, of course, I went and looked it up. And, y'all, Ohio is number 4 in the top states for Bigfoot sightings.
Dang.
Then I seen werewolves mentioned. And apparently in this town called Defiance, Ohio, they have, like, werewolves. Then we got this crazy shit called melon heads, y'all, running around, like, fucking attacking people. They're like these small, like, humanoid people with, like, I guess, bubble heads. Like, I don't even want to live that life. I ain't even trying to live that life. Nope, I'm good. But I think what surprised me the most was all the comments saying, yeah, I know some vampires. I used to hang out with them all the time. Like, was y'all not scared or worried? I just don't know enough about them, I guess. I mean, I guess you made it okay through, so you're good. The whole guy disappearing and the ritual thing, nope. Like I said, I ain't even trying to live that life. Like, honestly, like, where the fuck do we live? I wonder if this shit's around us every day.
Did y'all see that video saying that people in the Talented and Gifted program were part of a project? Now, I always felt like I was an X-Man anyway, because I remember my parents coming to the door, and I could tell you who was at the door based on how their keys jingled. I knew my mom's keys from my dad's keys, and nobody else understood that. So are we mutants?
Dang, I was in the Gifted program.
Fucking shit. I'll be the first to admit it. Chicago is not like Colorado. Them boys is not. Share this, cause this is not no joke. This is not a joke. Them boys in Chicago is definitely not like these motherfuckers in Colorado. I'll be the first to admit. If you want to see what I'm talking about, get on here and type in Chicago man warns Venezuelans. Also, I've reposted a few videos that I'm seeing that I think you guys need to see. So if you are following me, get on my profile and go to my reposts. They might still be there. You know, they're trying to hide the truth. They're trying to bury the truth. So I cannot add a lot of these clips that I'm talking about in my videos because they will take my videos down. And I'm already on high alert. I got the account warnings. I've got the strikes, and I don't want to lose my account. So I'm just telling you where to find this information if you want to see it. So I'm already getting messages about my last post talking about the 32 Venezuelan migrants who tried to, you know, pull the shit they pulled in Colorado, but they did that in Chicago on Kings. Yeah, I made a video about that. And I've already been getting messages saying, oh, it's a fraud, it's fake, nothing like that. But no one's bothered to show all the SWAT and cop cars who showed up an hour after all this went down.
Remember how I told you there was a long list of spices that got added to this major recall for listeria and salmonella poisoning? I know it's getting really fucked up. We really can't have shit. And I told you they added cinnamon to that list and to throw it out immediately or return it to the store. Turns out that list of spices just got longer and they added paprika to the list of recalls for salmonella and listeria for this massive outbreak. At this point, whatever food that we can't eat is just gonna have to be unseasoned because I'm not taking the fucking risk. Because again, there are tons of spices, but each day they just release one to let us know what's going on. At the same time, not telling us all the spices. Please, for the love of God, if you do anything, if you don't follow me, just come check my page for the latest recall because I'm going to keep going. Keep you guys as informed as possible. So yes, as of August 30th, paprika was recalled for salmonella contamination fears. Oh, and this distributor also includes snacks that they aren't specifying either. Please know there are over 100 pounds of these snacks and spices. So yes, over 25 bags of paprika have been distributed and now they're on recall. Although this is multiple states, it also was distributed mainly in Massachusetts and Virginia. And again, it's a total of over 100 pounds worth of contaminated products. This is a class 1 risk factor, which is the highest risk level ever that can be given by the FDA. Besties, throw the shit away, return it because you can get your money back, but just don't consume paprika, cinnamon, and any snacks or spices from snacks.com. And we can just eat air. I mean, I have plenty. At least it's free in this fucking economy.
Not gonna lie though, 100 pounds is not a lot. That could be like one pallet of some spices. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, that is crazy though. Like spices got salmonella in it.
You are not gonna believe this. I can't even believe this. Just driving along, and I don't even know what kind of animal this was, but it just ran right out and just slant. Hold on, look at this. Just ran out and just right into the side of the car. I've never seen, hold on, let me show you this. This is absolutely crazy. I've never seen anything like this. Not in New York, but man, yo, this thing is absolutely crazy.
You sound like you from New York.
Don't touch it! Leave it alone. Oh my God. Oh my God. Look at this thing. Hold on. Whew.
Take a look at this. In Egypt, they found this statue or symbol that's over 2,000 years old. And people are saying it's a cursed object from the Egyptians. What could it be?
That looked like a Honda with Homer on it.
Now my fucking local amusement park is haunted. Like, I guess they got all kinds of crazy shit going on over there, y'all. Like ghosts, spirits, everything just run around. And there's like a lot of them. Like a lot. Yes, I'm talking about Kings Island. If you don't know what it is, it's close to Cincinnati, Ohio. So I came across this website called Browsing the Atlas. Now it talks about these fucking ghosts. One of them in particular was on the Eiffel Tower. And this young man like partied a little too hard and just fell. So fucking sad. Well, then I went and looked on Google, of course. Look what Google AI pulled up. Like, all these ghosts. Apparently, there's a girl in a blue dress called the Tram Girl that hangs out in the parking lot after hours for whatever fucking reason. Then we have the Racer Boy who hangs around the Racer roller coaster. They think he is connected to some of the racer cars that came from Coney Island, where a young boy perished. And then, fucking, do you remember the Ghost Hunters? They did an episode there. Remember Taps? Like, I used to watch that shit all the time. We're there to investigate some little girl running around in some hallway or something. And they talk about the vortex, but that's gone now. That's irrelevant. And the weirdest thing about this whole thing, y'all, is the Haunt Fest they hold every year. This is from the Kings Island website. They like do this whole event, like a whole season of it. Like scary, creepy stuff. Like they have people dressing up that's scary. They have haunted houses, you name it, they have it. But they don't mention nothing about these damn ghosts. Like, where is the story time section at Haunt Fest of the real ghosts of Kings Island? I want that to happen.
I never even heard of Kings Island before, and it's not even that far from here. And I did not know they had an Eiffel Tower at Kings Island. I think Eiffel Towers are something else. It's like some type of radio frequency or something like that, like a transmitter. That's probably why they're seeing ghosts in that town. And they said it was built on a swamp. So I wonder what was there before. You know, they be building things on top of towns or lakes and stuff like that, you know. So ain't no telling. What? What in the Squid Game is going on? That was crazy.
Do you guys remember this movie? Watch this.
That's right, Jackson. It's on the other side of the known universe.
This is the information the probe sent back to us. Freeze and enhance. You can clearly see the gate on the other side. Both gates must have functioned as a doorway between our worlds.
These readings tell us it's an atmospheric match. Barometric pressure, temperature, and most importantly, oxygen.
So, the Gulf War started in 1990. This movie was made in 1994. I talked to my friend, who he could be making this up. I don't think he is. I had to ask. People kept asking me, ask him this. They're telling me to ask questions. Ask him this question. Ask him that question. How does he travel? If he's a time traveler, how does he travel? I asked him the question. He said he travels through a Stargate. Isn't that interesting? So I'd asked him, please indulge me with this Stargate. Now, either he knows things, you know, he studies, I don't know. But the Book of Enoch talks about 12 portals. There's 3 on the east, 3 on the west, 3 on the north, and 3 on the south. Seriously, it's in the Book of Enoch. It talks about 12 portals.
You know, I just had this random thought. What if these 12 portals, right? What if a lot of the wars that we've had over the course of these last, 100, 200 years, what if those wars were basically to seek and destroy all Stargates? You know what I'm saying? And yet, what if, like, the people that are in charge, the powers that be, what if they have one Stargate where they're protecting it? And they can use it and they can travel. But yet they want to destroy all the other ones, you know, so no one else can travel through them hubs. Because, you know, technology has advanced so much in like the last 100 years. It's almost as if there's a new people here, or they found some new information. You know, we all know about the Roswell crash and all of that stuff. But what if there's a Stargate? I don't know.
It does. It's in there. Get the Book of Enoch, read it. The Gulf War started in 1990. And they say in the community, in the UFO, in the community, paranormal community, that they were looking for a Stargate. All of a sudden, 1994, this movie comes out. Stargate. And when I was fascinated by this movie. I don't know why, but I was drawn to it, and I watched it over and over and over again. I bought the movie. I bought several copies of them. I wore it out. I never heard of this story. I never heard of this. They were looking for a Stargate. I didn't hear about this until the last couple of years, that they had been looking for a Stargate. I never heard nothing about this, even with my ex being in the Gulf War, them looking for a Stargate. So all this is something I never heard about until now. I guess a couple years. But I was still drawn to this movie. So it's really weird. But then I find out about the situation with Close Encounters of the Third Kind movie. That, this is, you guys, this is so crazy, that the movie Close Encounters of the Third Kind is based on a true story.
I heard that too.
that there was real footage, 600 feet footage, real footage of a UFO landing at Holloman Air Force Base that they were going to give, Pentagon was going to give to a documentary. A guy was making a documentary. I got the names and stuff. It's actually all documented. This is actual truth. So those of you who are saying, give me proof, you find it. Google it yourself. It's on some documentaries. I'm not giving you all that information because that's too much information to put on here. The guy was promised, it was for Nixon's campaign, and they were going to give him this footage to do a documentary and do some stuff about UFOs and all this stuff, but they withdrew it at the last minute because of Watergate. They had actual footage of UFO landing at Holloman Air Force Base. But they withdrew it because of the negative stuff going on with Nixon and Watergate. So instead, miraculously, and I know what they did, they sold it to the highest bidder, which is Steven Spielberg, and then a couple years later, Close Encounters of the Third Kind come out. Okay? And that's what they do. That's what Hollywood does. They sell this information. They got information. They got proof. They've got real-life information on UFOs and all this stuff. So they just sell it to the highest bidder, and they make a movie of it and make us try to gaslight us, make us look like idiots, and pawn it off as it's science fiction and it's just a story. It's just a movie.
Yeah, right.
Okay? And all of a sudden, UFO, this Close Encounters comes out. That wasn't a movie. That was facts. That actually happened. It's true. It actually happened. The third Close Encounters of the Third Kind actually happened. It landed. They said, it specifically says in the scientists have come out and people said that what you see in Close Encounters of the Third Kind actually happened. It's almost exactly what happened at Holloman Air Force Base, what you see in that movie. And if I have to get you the episode on Ancient Aliens where they all talk about, scientists get together and tell you, they go, yeah, this is exactly what happened. They just basically gaslight us and tell us they're lying to us about everything. Okay, I talked to my friend. Now fast forward years and years later from the 1970s. Now it's the 1990s. They find the Stargate. A couple years later, the Stargate movie comes out. They sold it to the highest bidder. What really happened. Okay, what went down. And now we got the movie. Same situation. He said, same situation. They have the Stargate.
Has anyone ever watched Stargate? I watched a couple of the episodes, not the movie, a couple of the episodes, and it was crazy how, like, the people coming through the Stargate were Egyptians. You know, like Ra was coming through the Stargate with his Egyptian. They had, like, these, I don't know, it was crazy. You got to watch it, for real.
Hey guys, check out this amazing video of a cat that has features similar to a human being. Now, the lady that owns this cat, she said that she found the cat in El Paso, Texas, outside, and that she brought the cat inside to give it a place to live.
Cat crying.
She said that
crying
after a couple of days of staring at the cat, she realized that the cat won't
You a
even meow
lugao.
or even pay much attention to her. It's almost like...
Welcome back to the Lugao series, y'all boys. Katie, you see this Lugao on the street, you bring it in. First of all, Lugao, I don't know what you're crying. I don't know why you're crying. You was on the streets, minding your business, and a human came and picked you up. Now you got a home to do your Lugao shit in their house, and you crying. What is going on at Katie's house that makes you not happy? Let's go back to the video.
Almost like he had a conscience. He was thinking about something else. She claims that this cat has even scared her to the point where she feels like when the cat is staring at her, like if it's looking into her soul.
Oh, yeah, it definitely wants your soul for
Ever
sure.
since she's had this cat, Katie has also had bad dreams.
Why you still got the cat?
As well as had other animals on her porch appear that are very extraterrestrial looking. Comment below. What do you guys think?
Yeah, I don't need to comment below, and well, y'all can comment below here, but y'all know what to say. What it is. Katie, why not just get rid of the cat, Katie?
Straight up, get rid of the cat.
Please shut up. Not only you have one lugau in your house, but the lugau senses his aura is attracting other lugaus to come to your porch and look at you and stare you down in your own home. Do you not pay bills in your house? Now you paying bills in a house that got lugaus in it. That's how you want to live your life. Yeah, c'est football. C'est football. Sacte Who sent you to go pick up stray cats that you don't know? Next time, stop being sumo. Mind your business.
Boyd Bushman thought he recognized what was powering these saucers, and he recognized it because he himself had worked on the technology. Bushman had spent 35 years in the forefront of weapons design, inventing the prototype of the Stinger missile before moving to Lockheed, at the heart of the American military saucer industry.
This is nothing more than 250 turns of number 30 wire, and we took the leads and plugged it into standard house current.
What happened next astonished everyone.
And there it is.
All right.
Whoa, y'all see that?
Whoa, look at those guys. What in the fuck? Oh my god. Holy shit, dude.
Snap.
Oh my god. Dude, you gotta be fucking kidding me. Oh my god.
Them was flashing back at him, or what's going on?
Dude. I need to get my other camera. All right. Holy shit, dude. All right. We're getting the other camera. Hold on 1 second. Holy shit. All right. Fuck. All right, we're going to try and place this on the thingamabobber here. All right. All right, I'm going to set that down.
There was all kind of lights out there. That's wild. You see like little ones popping up and floating and stuff?
Oh, are you fucking kidding me? Dude, this thing's dead. You gotta be kidding me, dude.
That's the worst feeling. Camera battery dead.
What in the fuck? Seriously? This thing's out of batteries. You gotta be shitting me right now. What in the fuck? Alright. Well, my other camera's out of batteries. That's really shitty. And this infrared, I can't quite get it. There's a train going by there. I can't get it like focused enough.
I'm about to get an infrared camera. You see so much more on infrared cameras.
But these things are just sitting here right now. And they look brighter because of the infrared, but if I could get my other camera to work, I might actually get something really sick. Okay, I'm going to charge that other thing. Alright, I'm going to do one more. 2, 3. Alright, I signaled it. Let's see what we get. was sick what we got earlier. Okay, I'm gonna put this down and I'm gonna try and get the other camera working. Whatever happened a minute ago was fucking incredible. I've never seen some shit like that. Like, I never got it to pop off like that. That was so sick. Freaking out. Alright, hold on. I mean, I got them to fly by, over earlier. Look, that one's dimming out.
Yeah, so he's saying he got the UFOs to fly over him with this flashlight. I'm getting an infrared camera, and I'm getting one of them high-power flashlights ASAP.
Whoa, what the oh yeah, that's just reflection. I'm trying to get this thing to focus as much as possible. Wow, okay. They're completely invisible to the naked eye, FYI. Completely invisible. Okay, I'm gonna shut off this recording, and I'm gonna try and charge my 4K camera. I'm gonna try one more little signal here. Alright, I signaled. I got nothing. Oh my gosh. Well, hopefully whatever happened before I got it on tape. So, alright, I'm going to shut this off. I'm going to charge my other camera. Here we go.
That was crazy, y'all. We got to get infrared cameras out here.
Chicago's responding to the Venezuelan gang members because a 28-year-old Venezuelan migrant got right in the head in broad daylight. A car approached him and just took him out. The news confirmed that he was the intended target, so that right there shows you that he was one of them dudes that was down there messing around. Now, the news broadcasted a video by a member of the Chicago gang community pretty much saying, hey, to the Venezuelan gang members down there, man, we know y'all walking around with machetes, pistols, and handguns, but we got switches. If y'all don't know what switches are, we gonna show you. And I was like, damn, that's how the news is getting down there? They're instigating this beef, man?
That's crazy. The news don't care. They want this to happen. This is what they've been wanting to happen anyway. They want some violence in the streets. Something to talk about. They instigating it, though. I ain't never heard of the news playing a video like that.
They definitely sent out a message to them dudes that are down there BSing. I'm gonna tell you something, man. In my 34 years of life, I would have never thought that I'd be rooting for a gang. Let's go BD. What do they call them? The BDs and the GDs? Something like that, man. I would have never thought, man, I'd be rooting for a gang. That shit is crazy. That's what these Venezuelan migrants have done to us as a people, man. Crazy. But yeah, shit's getting ugly, people.
Yeah, stuff's getting weird.
Pay attention to what's going on around you.
I was scrolling down on my computer, and you know what I'm saying, this article came by, and he was talking about the invention that we had, you know, downtown. And he was telling me that they had policemen downtown and they had policemen at the invention. And he was like, he noticed that by looking at these, you know what I'm saying, policemen, he said he noticed that they didn't look like citizens. He said that they looked like immigrants. And I'm sitting up here saying to myself, like, you gotta be fucking joking me. If you think for a second that we indigenous people ain't finna peep this play that y'all trying to pull on us in Chicago and all these Democrat states, see, let me tell y'all something. Y'all better pay attention to these motherfucking policemen, okay? Because half of them ain't even fucking citizens. They are immigrants. And do you think for a second that I'm finna sit here and let a bunch of immigrants that came from a different state tell me what to do? It's most definitely gonna be war. I promise you, it's gonna be war. It's gonna be war as I say it. Because if these people think for a second they finna police us, see, this is what I'm saying. We going to work and we paying our taxes to take care of a bunch of fucking immigrants that came over here. And we paying for them to be policemen and getting houses and food stamps and cash for this bullshit? Ain't no way. Ain't no way this finna fly. I promise you, this finna fly. I have to do more research, because let me find out that y'all some motherfucking immigrants trying to come in the black community and police me. It's gonna be a problem. I promise you. It's gonna be a problem. Pay attention, indigenous people. Pay attention in these Democrat states. You can't make this up.
Yo, not gonna lie. Sounds like something that might have happened in like the 1800s or something, you know? A bunch of immigrant people come over. They start becoming police in a land that's not even theirs. And everybody just looking around like, hold on, these motherfuckers out here trying to be police? Like, what's going on? We're not going to let this fly, but they just living their regular life. They're not really doing anything about it. Next thing you know, them immigrants have jail systems. And now they starting to lock you up. And now they throwing you into jail systems. You know what I'm saying? These immigrant police officers. Next thing you know, they're the ones in charge. They're the ones taking over. They have all the rules. They have the power now because they came in and took it. That might be what's happening.
So why is this like the 237th time I've heard something about a shipping container filled with guns? Just everywhere. So I guess if you see some shipping containers just dropped, open them.
I guess so. Oh.
Demonic. Aliens visiting Earth from other dimensions shouldn't be engaged with. Are you fucking kidding me? How stupid do you think we are? We barely engage with each other. Do you think that we would engage with something that materializes out of the clear, out of no? You know, I don't know who's in charge here. I really don't know who the fuck is in charge here, but you need to get the fuck out. You need to go. We need somebody that has at least half a fucking brain and could explain why we shouldn't be interacting with demons or beings or whatever the fuck from other dimensions.
You see this? You see these spikes? This is called hostile architecture. They're put here explicitly so homeless people cannot fall asleep here.
The rounded edges, along with the almost imperceptibly tilted angle of the bed seat, makes it so you slide right off. Also, it's super narrow.
It's the new thing to keep you from setting up camp in front of someone's building.
Alright, so here's a example of hostile architecture. The bench with the bar in the middle.
They are literally putting screws in the ground.
What the heck?
Look at this, so people cannot lay down. There's screws everywhere.
First bathroom, they got a blue light. It's like blue. It is blue. I mean, a gas station. The light's blue. That's trippy.
That's weird.
And benches with bars in the middle, making it hard for people to sleep, is hostile.
Look, rocks, out of all things. Let's put a bunch of rocks under the bridge.
What's happening in California? Mega fault line splits, and this could be the end. Take a look.
Slides, instability. This morning, the Rancho Palos Verdes area is facing new obstacles.
Yeah, another neighborhood on the peninsula has lost power.
You guys, this is the end.
You can see all those cracks, and basically the whole road is like this. And at this point in the road, there's been a mud and debris flow, some downed trees.
What's going on out there? The whole ground just evaporated.
I can show you how the fucking moon landing was fucking bullshit because everyone's telling you that was fucking wrong. You already showed me. Yeah. So fucking explain to me. Here you go. The guy's getting off the rocket ship. Who the fuck is filming him? Who's filming him?
A guy?
How'd the fucking guy get up there if this is the first guy that's supposed to be on the fucking moon? A different rocket ship?
How?
I don't know.
So they sent the rocket shit up there. He got off and he's like, all right, come on up now. I'm ready to fucking film. Are you fucking serious?
Rocket ship?
He's supposed to be the first guy on the moon. It's bullshit. The car. How the fuck did the car fit in that rocket ship? How did that?
I never even thought about that one. How the car fit in the rocket ship? For everyone who still wants to press the issue that this was real. How did it fit in there? And like you said, who's filming? This is the biggest question. Who's filming and how?
That car fit in the rocket ship. I don't know. Okay, right. More bullshit. Then the guy's floating around with a big fucking cord to his stomach, and they're telling you that's his fucking, life support. Was it fucking feeding him through the fucking tube like a baby? They're bouncing around like a fucking jerk off. Yeah, watch. Let me show you. There it goes. Bye-bye. You know what? I'm going to stay behind. You guys go back to Earth. I'll fucking die up here. And how the fuck did he get the film back to Earth? Yeah, look, the fake fucking parachute. Hey, we're home now. What happened to the guy back on the moon? They just left him?
I guess so.
Yeah, everyone guesses they don't have any fucking facts. Bullshit.
Yo, he's not lying at all. Shout out to that Italian dad.
In this video, I'm going to call all scientists are stupid, delusional liars. They said tides on Earth is caused by moon's gravity, make sea level rise and fall, making tides. They're so stupid, so delusional. Tides are erosion. The sea level is kept by Earth's gravity. That's why we have a sea level, because all the water are attracted by Earth's gravity down to the lowest level. Tide is the erosion. The sea level can never change because the amount of water is never changed. Tide is erosion, local erosion. The thermal expansion of the Earth's crust will make the coastal land rise and fall slowly in level oceans. This land movement causes the erosion of sea level moving up and down. You think about it. If you believe scientists say tides caused by moon's gravity, you are stupid too. Use your head. Go to Bay of Fundy. Bay of Fundy. High tide twice a day. And the east end of the bay is 50 feet high tide. And the west end of the bay is only 20 feet high tide. How can moon's gravity cause 20 feet and 50 feet different high tide? This is a land, coastal land, crust, and a Bay of Fundy. Thermal expansion at different degrees. And each end, the land rises for 50 feet. And the west end, only rises for 20 feet. It's because of the construction of the Earth crust. Think about such a lot of things. Tide is the most obviously phenomenon on Earth. All the scientists got it wrong. So ridiculous. Think about it. Wake up. Science today is full of lies. It's a cult.
It's a cult full of lies.
So this lady noticed that these birds that were on her property haven't been on her property lately, and she looked around and found them dead next to her house. She was going to make a burial site for them and bury them, but she noticed after about a month and a half to 2 months that these birds have no worms, no maggots, no foul odor to them whatsoever, and she's like confused about what's going on. Look at that. You got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 birds. 6 of them that are dead. That's the little one that's been 3 weeks. It's been dead for 3 weeks. And again, no worms, no maggots, no foul smell. Look at that, y'all. She went to go get her son to ask her about it. Again, these birds used to be around her garden and watching like what's going on. So her son went to go put on the gloves, and this is what he found, y'all. Check this out. There you go. You got the chips. Whatever it is, that's one of the birds. And he searches all of them, and they all have this within them.
Y'all got chips, huh? Dang.
Look at that, y'all. Every single one of them had them in it.
No wonder there's no flies.
That's why there were no flies. I mean, I'm sure some of y'all know that even in the CIA website, they disclose to you that birds are used as surveillance objects. And I believe it was in the 1940s that they removed all the birds and replaced them with, you know, these drones, these camera drones, just to see what we are doing. How else are they going to keep a bird's eye view on us? Y'all know what I'm saying? But I just thought that was a very interesting video, y'all. Let me know what you guys think about this video. This is strictly for entertainment purposes only. This is my own conclusion. Even though you seen them chips on them birds and it states this in the CIA website, this is my own conclusion, TikTok. But like, comment, and share for more videos like this. Thank you for tuning to my frequency. Let's get this shift. Peace in.
You know, that's probably why birds can go onto electrical wires and not get shocked and fried. You know, look, I had a bird that fell out the tree in my front yard a little while back. And in like a week, that bird, it was like bone because I got ate up. You know, so what's up with these fake birds out here with, oh man, they got computer chips and birds, y'all, man. Definitely something going on. Leaves are changing early for sure. I don't know what that thing is in the sky. I don't believe it's the same sun anymore. Because things just aren't the
If you're
same.
worried about chemicals in your rainwater, I got a trick for you. Well, this book shows how to catch rainwater, make a rain catchment system. It also shows you how to filter the water. It costs $50, easy difficulty, 3 hours. Shows the tools, materials you need, goes step by step with all the pictures. You can build a fuel storage and preserve it. You can even do a DIY air conditioner. If the grid ever goes down, you're gonna want this book, just in case. Shows how to make your own electricity, even how to charge your phone when there's no electricity. This book sold out once. It's back again. The No Grid Survivals Project book. I'm gonna leave this orange shopping cart here so you can get it today.
Yeah, we're gonna have a link for that book.
All right, well, I hope you've gotten in touch with maybe a friend or two and told them that we were going to talk about this, but this is not about me, first of all. It's about you. It's about your knowledge and your being aware of what's going on. Now, there's just some hearsay that there could possibly not be an election due to all of the things that have gone on, the shenanigans the Democrats have pulled, but also on the other side of that coin, I don't know, they're not putting it into the news a lot. It's called the Brunson Case. I don't know if any of you are familiar with that. If you are, share and like. But the Brunson Case is basically about the claiming that there was interference with the election, and the Supreme Court has just come back with the ruling, but they're not releasing it yet. So that's just one of the reasons that I'll share with you about this coming potentially no election. So. And then what happens after that? There's so many questions that you have, I'm sure. And I think I may have a couple of answers. I'll share them with you. Stick around.
Oh, man. I thought he was going to tell us right there.
I'm going to be one of the first, probably not one of the first, but definitely the first few Mexicans, originally from Chicago, to warn those Venezuelans that it ain't Colorado, my boy. Chicago's built different. because you're gonna have the GDs, the BDs, the Latin Kings, the 2-6, all the Mexicans and the African American community unite to get every single one of y'all out. I guarantee you. Obviously, y'all don't understand that Chicago has switches. Everybody in Chicago built different. It's our city. At the end of the day, whether we're all ops, we don't like each other, we're gonna end up uniting for somebody like you people that come into the city to try to do some dumb shit. This is definitely gonna be a big fuck around and find out moment. We not messing with y'all taking over the beaches, throwing parties and stuff like that. There's rules for a reason. We respected them, to keep our city cool and clean, and for y'all to come in and act like y'all run it and own it and mock the Mexicans, mock the African American community like y'all run everything. Just wait. It's coming for you. We're tired of it. Just watch.
In unholy nightmare creation news, scientists created a living skin out of fungi, and yes, they knew exactly what they were doing. This same group also made robots piloted by fungus, and they learned to use their bodies. We'll talk about it. This group found that if they gave fungus control of a robot body and gave it sensory input, it would indeed start using it. Fungi do not like light. What you're watching is them essentially just making the fungus really uncomfortable, and it gives it the ability to start moving. In this experiment, they did the same thing, except they gave it some wheels. Fungi function very much like a neuron, and this is why we can interface them with electronics. The idea of fungi having neuroplasticity, though, is pretty interesting, that they can indeed learn to operate a body that they never should have had. Although the training of robots via torture does feel a little wrong. In a different paper, they created a living skin with sensation that they used to put on a robot. And yes, they knew exactly what they were doing because scientists have a sense of humor too. This is a nightmare machine. Yes, fungi may behave pretty similarly to human neurons, and this is just a trial just to demonstrate it's possible. These kinds of robots fill gaps that we have in our AI. AI can only mimic, and it ends up declining over time. These kinds of robots can learn and come up with new ideas. They were never taught to walk, they figured it out.
Something fishy going around the world, especially here in Chicago, and I'm finna get down to the bottom of it. Now, I've been seeing a whole lot of videos going around talking about Venezuelans is taking over Chicago. They taking over this building that's on 61st and King Drive. So I'm gonna walk over there real quick and see what's the word, because I think it's cap. And I think that they're trying to start a war between our people and their people. I don't want to say the races because I don't want this video to get taken down. Shout out to Sundown. But I haven't seen actual video proof of nobody on that block. Don't get me wrong. I did see that shit that happened in Aurora, Colorado. That was one incident where some people had and they took over, I won't say they took over the whole apartment complex, but apparently they robbed somebody, they did what they did. But I don't believe that's happening all around the country. And the reason why I say that, because it's a whole lot of Chicago police reports saying that, 32 people. First of all, how y'all know it was exactly 32 people in the building? Exactly 32? It seemed like some conspiracy type shit, G. And I feel like it's to get, because at the end of the day, bro, I'm over here by O-Block right now, I'm finna show y'all. It ain't no way the O-Blockians or the 6030s is gonna let that shit slide, bro. So my theory is that they want to bring martial law, or they want to be able to police these neighborhoods. And the only way that they'll be able to enforce that is if the people sit there and vote and be like, oh, it's too violent out here, it's war, it's this, and that. And they create an illusion that is war. And that's why I said, like, they trying to manipulate people by being all in their emotions, bro. If they can manipulate you by your emotions, especially by being black, then they can get you to do anything. That's how all these politicians be doing. Mm-hmm. Now, if y'all not from Chicago, y'all don't know how 63rd look. Look at all these people on the block. Look at all these melanated people on the block. How you doing, miss? Doing pretty good. Now, you mean to tell me them niggas came over here, straps, is that in the third? Taurus, G. Nah, that shit ain't happening, bro. That shit major cap. Hey, y'all live over here. I'm actually doing a little fake small interview about the building on 61st. Y'all ain't seen none of that shit, did y'all? I'm not recording y'all. Okay, cool. But y'all, nobody saw nothing besides police reports, right? You don't know nothing about nothing? Okay, yeah, so apparently yesterday, 32 Venezuelans took over the building on 61st Street, and I just don't believe that's possible. The way they took over an apartment complex. You really think they did? With all the people out here, you think that happened? Okay, well, thank you for your feedback. Thank you. see, I'm just asking people who actually live on the block or two, and they think it happened. So we finna see if I'm wrong, we finna see if I'm right, we finna see if I need to chill out when it's smoking.
So do y'all think he's wrong or right? Y'all think these Venezuelans took over a whole apartment building? They say apartment complex. You know how big a complex is? Took over a whole apartment building in Chicago?
But hey, I gotta be in the field to really know this shit, so we'll see. I don't know, man. This motherfuckers out here, shit. And if they can get people to go to war, I'll vote for some shit that didn't happen, like they do every other war, like they do every other situation. They can manipulate y'all, then guess what? They can make y'all vote. They can make y'all have them people coming here, and that's police walking around. We got curfews and shit. I'm trying to tell y'all. Okay, y'all. I think it's this building right here. I think that's the building. I'm finna interview some people over here and see what the fuck happened. Get they part of the story type shit. So yeah, I'm over here talking to a couple of people that's over here on 61st. They definitely verified that that shit did not happen. It's
it's just media trying to start a war between Venezuelans and blacks.
See?
That's all, but these Venezuelans, they trying to survive just like we are.
The same shit, bro. I agree, man. And I appreciate what y'all doing out here for real.
For sure, thanks, bro.
So it was, but it wasn't a whole apartment complex. Imagine 3 people robbing one person. That's all that happened. So now what I think is happening is that the media is using this as an opportunity to manipulate people. One real thing happened, so now people in Dallas are saying it's happening to an apartment complex in Dallas. I lived in DFW too, but it's all reports. It's all reports. Like it was 5 Chicago. I think it was like 15 different reports from Chicago police officers saying 32 Venezuelans in the building on 64 King Drive, but there's no reports of actual people or no witnesses actually seeing this shit. I'm like, there ain't no way none of y'all niggas let this shit happen on this block.
What they was talking about, bro, say that it was a big ass party.
It was a party, man. They threw a party.
They had a party.
And it wasn't just it was mostly Venezuela, but the guys was in there too, because they fuck with the guys.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Smoking motherfuckers buying, because they be buying the squares off us. I know how it go.
And you know, it wasn't even like that though. What it was though, somebody reported, see how the village, they got.
I believe it.
Just like
they out here, why wouldn't they? You know what I'm saying?
You know what I'm saying? So they put that on social media and they just took it and blew it up.
Because now they're trying to get people, they're trying to get us to fight them, and I'm trying to.
Like yesterday, I see the video about the O Block shit. They weren't even nowhere in O Block. They was by Von Mirror, then they were talking like, oh man, the Venezuela take it over. They got the background.
Yeah, the video they added. That's what I'm saying. And I don't
even think dude was Venezuelan because he spoke English too good. And he didn't have an accent.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's like they try to push this narrative and try to get us to fight with each other.
Exactly.
You know what I'm
and
saying?
that's exactly what I'm trying to catch.
That's why I'm out here.
That's
why I'm out here talking to the brothers out here like, man, don't fall for that narrative. That narrative false though. You know what I'm saying?
I appreciate you, man. For real.
All right. Here's what it looks like out here today. And I'm back up. And you can see I'm looking through the glass, but I'm looking at an angle, so you might think, oh, it's the glass, but it's not. And wait until you see this. I should be using a tripod.
What we looking at, y'all?
Now, if that was a reflection, there wouldn't be clouds in front of the second sun.
That's crazy.
So, if you go to the Nibiru Sunset.wordpress.com, you can see a lot more amazing videos that I've done showing that we definitely have 2 suns in the sky. Now let's see if we can spot that second sun in the reflection. Now, that would be amazing. Oh, that's why we couldn't see it. And I think I should go get a tripod, so I'm going to end this video right now and go get my tripod while the clouds are behind, that second sun is behind those clouds. And I'll zoom in to show you. See? You see reflection from the window right now? No, you don't.
Wow.
If there was a reflection, you would see it. So there's no reflection because that second object went behind those clouds. So this is really bizarre. And I've done videos where it's I would think that this object here is in the clouds. Oh, look, the other one's coming through again. So I really got to get my tripod.
podcast talking about, I don't know, to be honest. Here we go.
I'm going to say something right now. I only said this on the show that's coming out. I can't make this shit up. One day, I get an email. I had a Proton Mail account. Are you familiar with Proton Mail?
Oh, that's like an anonymous one for like drug dealers and shit, right?
Okay, so it's an encrypted email.
Okay, yeah. I got a little too specific. But I've heard of it over the years, yeah.
Okay. I get an email from a guy. This is 2012. He wanted to meet me at a place called Lux Bar. He said he had a job for me. Said the job was paying $52,000 for 5 days. Up front, you get the entire payment. Right?
Dang. That's a good deal.
Yeah, okay.
Also, why the f would they pay you up front?
Listen to this. I meet up with the guy. He shows me a ID from the Pentagon. He tells me that he does not trust certain people that he works with, and that he needs me to keep him safe until he can testify in front of Congress.
Oh, wow.
Right? So then he says, Keith, I want you to look at this. Red flag off top, because how do you know my name? I never told you my name. Okay. He could have heard from somebody else, et cetera, et cetera. He shows me some pictures. He say, what does this look like to you? I'm like, man, it looks like a desert of some sort. You know, I see like some trucks. You feel me? He says, okay, so this is like a truck to you? Or some type of plow truck, something like that? He says, well, according to these measurements, this truck is 2 miles long. So I'm like, what? Okay. He asked me some more questions, showed me some more stuff. Another one was like looked like a protractor or something.
A 2 mile long truck?
That's what he said.
Very confusing.
All right. So I feel me? He says, okay, so this is like a truck to you? Or some type of plow truck, something like that? He says, well, according to these measurements, this truck is 2 miles long. So I'm like, what? Okay. He asked me some more questions, showed me some more stuff. Another one was like looked like a protractor or something.
A 2 mile long truck?
That's what he said.
Very confusing.
All right. So I say, okay, so what am I looking at? He says, these pictures are on the surface of the moon. He say, my job is to scrub these pictures to make them available to get released to the public. So I'm like, okay.
What? I am so confused by this, y'all. I don't know if you are as well. But first, a 2 mile long truck. What kind of road does that go on? What are the turns like?
Man, it's not a truck. You know what I'm saying? It's not riding on streets. He said it looked like a truck to him. He's like, well, according to these measurements, that truck would be 2 miles long, meaning it's not a truck.
Then he asked me to sign an NDA. He pulled out a little folder, unfold the paper, and say, he want me to sign an NDA. I'm like, oh, okay. I always try to avoid that because to me, it's like you're agreeing to something, right? Then the guy goes on to explain to me about some race of people who live at the bottom of the ocean. They have facilities there, and when I refused this job,
sounds like a Little Mermaid, but
until you hear these parts,
okay.
I refused the gig. He tells me someone's occupying our moon. I'm scheduled to testify as a whistleblower in front of Congress about this. Can you keep me safe until then? I had to turn the job down because as soon as I go outside, my car ransacked. My car, for about 3 weeks, my car get towed. I go to pick it up, they give it to me for free. Then, a lot of strange things was happening. You see what I'm saying? And, this guy testified in front of Congress.
And is he still alive?
Yep.
Sounds like if they were willing to do all that to you, that they would be willing to kill him too. Or something to him.
Yeah, so he has something called like a dead man script. So like if he was to die unexpectedly, some type of information would get released. So apparently that's what kept him alive throughout that process.
Oh, that's smart.
You know who Luis Elizondo is?
No.
Oh.
Who's that?
Luis Elizondo is a former CIA operative who just testified. Him and his co-workers are testifying in front of Congress about the same shit I'm just telling you about.
Really?
Are you aware that they're banning abortions because global birth rates are down to historical numbers?
So what y'all think? It's a whole race of people at the bottom of the ocean? I mean, they've been saying that these UFOs come from the ocean. They don't come from space. And outer space probably is the ocean. That's the only place that we haven't truly explored, apparently. So what y'all think? Let me know down below. Y'all think it's a whole race of beings down there?
All my life, I've known lava to be orange. I've never heard of anything called a blue lava. Now we're finding blue lava in Ethiopia. So there's a volcano or something that erupted in Ethiopia and it's spewing out blue lava. So for me, it's kind of debunking that there's only orange lava that we were taught in school. Like, something isn't right. This lava must be coming or spewing out from the middle world. Now, my question is the blue lava burning hotter than the orange lava? Just like how we always had this question, is blue flames hotter than the orange flames when it comes up to fire? Y'all let me know what y'all think, because where's this blue lava coming from?
That's crazy looking, ain't it? Imagine seeing that in person.
TikTok, my people far and near, national and international. I want you all to look up a video called Alien Doll. There's a company called Trimension. A company called Trimension. They are an artificial intelligence company. They are the leading AI technology pretty much in the world right now, from what I believe and researched. They are ahead of the game, decades ahead of most companies. Artificial intelligence is further ahead than a lot of us like to know and understand. We really don't know because we're not paying attention. Look up a video called Alien Doll. It's not a movie. It's not scripted. It's real. This is a humanoid bot that they've created that is speaking freely. Singularity is going to be a thing. Let me explain. Within the next 30 years, researchers and studies have shown, experts and analysts of all kinds, that singularity, humans and AI technology are going to be merged as one. We're going to be working hand in hand, side by side. For a lot of you that aren't keeping up with the real world and what's really going on, it's not broadcasted because, they want to keep us behind so we don't have knowledge to move forward. However, the information is freely given to help us move forward. We just ignorantly blind ourselves to the things that are coming in the future. A lot of people think it's a joke. A lot of people laugh. A lot of people are not taking it seriously, but it is becoming a thing. So pay attention. Look up Alien Doll on TikTok. You'll see what I'm talking about. It's a real thing. Artificial intelligence is a real thing. And if you think they have not already created a humanoid bot, you are highly mistaken. This is a real thing. Everybody have a great day. Be blessed. And remember, we're only strong as our weakest link inside ourselves, physically, mentally, and spiritually. We could be the cause of our own demise, or we could be the reason we rise. To God be the glory. Douche, GPT 360, Gorilla Powertrain. I'm out.
Do y'all remember?
Not gonna lie, bro sound like a coach, don't he? Sound like a football coach.
Remember when that RV exploded on Christmas Day in downtown Nashville in 2020? If you don't, let's talk about it. This was Anthony Quinn Warner. And on December 25th, 2020, around 1 a.m., he would park an RV in front of an AT&T building, that's important, in downtown Nashville. Now, he was caught on surveillance in the RV, arriving at 1:22 on Christmas Day. Now, at around 4:30, residents woke up after hearing several rapid bursts of weapon fire. And at around 5:30, another round of weapon fire was heard, and that is when police responded to the weapon fire call, as well as seeing the suspicious RV parked. And at 5:38 a.m., a recording started playing from the RV announcing that the vehicle was going to explode and everyone should evacuate.
Keep watching the windows. Evacuate now. Stay clear, vehicle. Stay clear, vehicle. Do not approach this vehicle.
Well, in the meantime, I found out that that building that it's next to is a building that houses all the hard lines for phones throughout the southeast.
Makes sense. Good spot to put a bomb.
All right, y'all notice that? Even the officers that are there trying to evacuate everyone point out that the RV was parked in front of the building that provided cell coverage for AT&T all across the South. Now, at 6 a.m. on the dot, a 15-minute countdown began, warning everyone to evacuate. And in between the warnings, a song called Downtown by Petula Clark was playing over the loudspeaker in between the warnings. And as that warning got closer to an end, this happened.
Dang.
And here is an aerial view from farther away, just so y'all can see the catastrophic of it. Now, by a miracle, and because of the police's quick action to evacuate everyone, there was no people unalived besides the suspect himself. And I mean, the damage was so catastrophic that Nashville is still rebuilding to this day, 4 years later. Now, by 12:30 that day, 911 centers around the region reported outages. And not only that, there was outages across the entire South. I remember I had a lot of family and friends whose cell phones were unusable because the cell service had just been completely destroyed. Now, by 4 p.m. on December 27th, it was declared that Anthony Warner was the suspect and he had passed away in the event. Apparently, DNA had already been confirmed was his, which I don't know if it happens that fast, but that sounds really fast to me. Now, the FBI official report stated that Anthony just did this because he wanted to self-unalive. There was no political motive or anything like that. He just wanted to self-unalive. I don't buy that. And not only that, allegedly, a year prior, Anthony's girlfriend had warned police that he was building explosive devices. In August of 2019, she had called police and told them that he was building explosives in that RV. When they arrived, they talked with the girlfriend as well as Anthony's own lawyer, who admitted that Anthony knew how to build these things. Police saw the RV in the backyard but couldn't get to it as it was fenced off, and when no one answered the door, they just left. Apparently there was no follow-up, no nothing. And this is one that just really confuses me, y'all. And I woke up this morning thinking about this story for some reason, and I fell down a rabbit hole today because not a lot of people know about this. I mean, I remember the Christmas morning when this happened and getting the notification on my phone at around 7 a.m. But it seems to have just dissipated. It was just some crazy whack job wanting to self-unalive himself. But why would he do it that way? And why would he do it in front of the particular building he did? And not only that, he worked in IT. And allegedly, he worked as an AT&T IT guy in one instance. Now, the FBI states that no one will ever really know the motive, that the only person who knew the motive was Anthony himself. And since he's no longer here, we're never going to get answers. It's really confusing. What do y'all think?
Man, I think that's cap, man. I wonder what else happened that day. You know, cell phone service was out all over, so people can't call anybody, right? No calls are getting made. I wonder why they needed that to happen. Never know, man. You never really know with these situations.
Yeah, that's how I know the next thing coming is magnets. Because when I was a kid, my dad bricked one of his work computers with a giant magnet. And now there's magnets just in iPhone cases. I think I was 6 years old when my grandpa brought out a bunch of these, like, crazy expensive magnets. Do you realize how expensive magnets are? I collected them as a kid because my parents would let me and they would give me money to buy them. Like, yeah, I collect magnets. I love magnets so much. But he sat with me for, like, hours. And he just showed me how these really high-powered magnets work, how you can, like, create orbits and things, how you can make things float, how you can make things move psychotically fast with these magnets. And it was so fun, and I could not explain the math behind it if I tried, but if I were to get my hands on those crazy expensive industrial magnets ever, I would be unstoppable. Until the government offs me with a freaking heart attack gun. Hey, government, I can't afford the magnets. Lay off.
What is this? Winging past the sun. What an odd and unnatural path to take. If you watch my content, then you know that I am always watching stuff winging around the sun. Here's another one. At least this one's straight. However, looks pretty big. I don't know, these objects, which by the way, there's some objects in this that I just haven't made a video about yet. See if you can find them. I don't know anymore. I think something's going on.
So the sound that y'all hearing is sirens. These are sirens in the towns that I live in. I found out today that those sirens are sirens from a town that was once a sundown town. Let me tell y'all, when I first heard these sirens, I called the girl that I knew that lived in this city. I called her and was like, what is this noise that I'm hearing? And she was like, oh yeah, that was probably from the fire department. And I was like, these sounds are weird. And then my daughter was like, yeah, it sounds like the purge. Today I get on TikTok this morning, I see a white girl. She posted that she moved somewhere that is a sundown town, and she discovered that that's what those sirens are for. I think she said that there's 3 a day, and that was to notify the black people that it was time for them to get in the house. And so today I was like, I heard it this morning, and I was like, hold on, I'm gonna start counting how many times I hear it a day, because it did sound weird, but I said I'm gonna start hearing it. That's the second time I heard it today, but I was out all day, so I don't know if it happened earlier, but I definitely heard it earlier this morning. And now I'm gonna start keeping track of how many times I hear the sirens in my neighborhood.
Okay. So they still just allow the sirens to happen, even though it's not a sundown town anymore. They just want to keep reminding people, just let them play still. Ain't that a little odd?
Hey, white paper will not burn with today's sunshine.
Oh, wow.
Under a magnifying glass. Tried it with toilet paper, paper towels. Just keep a heavy stream on there. Can't get any focus, it's not burning. Let's try this. Almost instantly. How about that? It will not burn white. It will not burn white paper. Other colors? Yes, no problem. Will not burn white paper.
What is in the sky? Yo, this is the second one we didn't see. The other one was a Honda Odyssey.
Is a 3,000-year-old Egyptian carving that looks just like Marge Simpson from the TV show The Simpsons proof of time travel? Oh no, but this is weird. So archaeologists in Egypt opened up a sarcophagus, and inside was a carving or a painting or an etching of something that looks just like Marge Simpson. Yeah, Marge, the mom from The Simpsons. Let me just show it to you. Okay, what does this look like to you? Because the first thing I thought of was Marge Simpson. I did, Marge Simpson. And when you look at them next to each other, you can see why the archaeologists were saying the same thing. So the archaeologists opened up this sarcophagus from 3,000 to 3,500 years ago from Egypt. And as they're looking at it, somebody said, I don't know if it was one of the archaeologists or somebody else, that's the Marge Simpson. That's the Marge Simpson. Now, I don't know if it's a coincidence or not, but it sure would explain some stuff. Like, how does this TV show, this cartoon, keep predicting the future and getting it right? Well, if somebody somewhere, maybe even somebody involved in that show, was a time traveler, that would explain a lot. Or then again, maybe it is just a coincidence that Egyptians 3,000 to 3,500 years ago had a tomb with a picture that looks like Marge Simpson in it. Let me know what you think. Do you think that this is some weird coincidence related to that? Or do you think it's something else entirely? Let me know in the comment section, Booshkies. Shabadoo!
Yo, I don't think it's a coincidence at all. You know? It's just weird, you know? I wonder who the writer of The Simpsons is, truly. The real writer. You know, he's probably one of those elders that know all time. They know the entire future and the past.
All right, folks, I'm going to hip you to something slick here. Go on your Play Store or wherever you get your apps and pull up the Chicago Fire and Police Band radios, you know what I mean? And listen to what's going on by the DNC convention on the police band radios. It's entertaining. At the least, it's entertaining. Tony Dose told you.
Well.
I tell you, all the space missions are fake. You don't believe me. Now you can go Twitter to ask Elon Musk a few questions. First question, how high can their Starship, their best rocket, go straight up? 93 miles. That's the max. And you go ask Elon, what kind of instrument is on board the Starship to measure speed in space, how it works. I asked him that question. He banned me. He removed my account.
That's crazy.
Also, you can ask Elon Musk why all the Starlink satellite dish only pointed one way, not moving around, follow the orbiting Starlink satellites. And also, you can ask him why waste the rocket fuel to land it, to recycle rocket. You can use a parachute to recycle rocket, to reuse rocket. Why you waste that precious fuel to land the rocket? It's a show. And also you can ask Elon Musk, what kind of fuel Starship use? The best fuel is supposed to be liquid hydrogen and liquid oxygen. That's why NASA Artemis use liquid hydrogen and liquid oxygen. Why is Elon tell Chinese people hydrogen is the worst rocket fuel, it's the worst way to store energy? Ask Elon why he wants to take 1 million people to Mars. Mars is super cold, no oxygen. 1% air density. You cannot survive without spacesuit, without water and oxygen. He's a liar. He's a schemer. Anyways, all space missions are fake. You don't believe me? You just go ask him some weird questions. See if he banned you.
man. R.I.P. to Joe. Man, shout out to Joe. He was really putting Wubs on game. That's the second video of his that I seen. I'm gonna have to go to his TikTok and see what else he was talking about, because like he said, man, all them space missions, it's fake. They ain't real, man. Y'all really believe that? I don't know. Some of y'all probably do. I don't. I'll let you know right now. But yeah, guys, these are some of the most strange and bizarre TikToks that are out there. If you like the content, don't forget to subscribe, turn your notification bells on, and until next time, YouTube, peace.